Hey everyone, it's Aislinn here. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. This is going to be a vlog for another 24 hours of cross stitch. I had initially planned to go for 24 hours straight, but given what's been going on with my health lately, I don't want to tire myself out, so I think I'm going to stick with my usual running a timer, sleeping when I need to sleep, eating when I need to eat, you know, that whole thing. So basically, while I'm stitching, I will run a timer. When I'm not stitching, I will stop the timer. So at the end of the weekend, it will be a full 24 hours stitched. We are just about midnight here on Friday. I did wake up from a nap because I was so bagged when I got home from work. And so I will get some stitching in here right away, but before I do that, this is the first project that I will be working on. This is the Treasure Hunt Bookshelf by Amy Stewart, Color Expansion 2, and yeah, this is where I ended up by the end of December. And finally getting into some areas where I'm going to start seeing some more colors that are not blue. I love blue, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite colors. But there has been so much blue in just this small section. And there's a lot of blue in this chart. But yeah, so I'm excited to see where I get with that one. I have 12 projects here. I'm going to work on getting 2 hours in on each project over the course of the weekend. And that's it for this clip. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to go grab a water and a cup of tea and put a show on so I can sit and stitch and entertain myself until I am ready to go back to sleep. And then I will pick up in the morning. Bye. Okay, so I've had 2 hours of stitching time in. It's actually almost 3 in the morning. So I'm going to go and get some sleep. I have set my alarm for 8 o'clock so that I can get up at a decent time and not sleep the day away tomorrow, and continue on with the marathon. But this is where the Treasure Hunt Bookshelf ended up. So getting into way more of the greens now. So yeah, there's been 2 hours in on this project, so that's it for this marathon. And I've already chosen my next one. In the morning, I will be moving over to one of my stamped projects. And this is where it is right now. So I am working on this large color block of 44, which is kind of a cream color. And yeah, so that should be a nice, easy project to work on when I wake up tomorrow morning. And that is the idea. So I'll have to get that one on the hoop, but that is what I am moving over to. I am going to go to bed now, and I will see you guys when I've got 2 hours stitched on that stamped kit. Bye. Alright, well, it's time for the next update. I have completed 4 out of 24 hours, and I have finally finished stitching on on my project here for hours 2 to 4. So that is where it ended up. I started kind of up here, so I've got quite a bit through here done. And yeah, so I was hoping to have more hours completed by this time, because we are well into the afternoon on Saturday, but unfortunately my stitching morning, I'm not even really sure what happened. First of all, I slept until 8 o'clock. I woke up. I basically started stitching right away, and then it just kept getting interrupted and had to go do things. And so we are now like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon, and I've only stitched like 2 hours today when I was hoping to have like 4 or 5, but oh well, it is what it is. There's lots of time left in the weekend. I only have like 20 hours left on the timer, so should still be able to do it if I get a lot of stitching in this evening, and then if I can spend the whole day stitching tomorrow. But on to the next project, which is going to be my lovely... Do I have the picture? Yes, I do. This was an AliExpress kit. It's a little flute fairy, and I have got... That's my starting point. So I had done a center start and had worked my way up her, I'm going to call it a shawl. And that I'm going to continue on with. And I will see you guys in a couple more hours when this project is at its time, before we got to start the next one. And yeah, that's it. I got nothing else to say. Bye-bye. Okay, next check-in time, and time for a project swap out. It is 6 hours out of 24 completed, and here is where my lovely flute fairy here ended up. So still working through the lighter colors of her sash shawl thing, but yeah, I'm really happy with that progress. Down in here was a little slower because it was a lot of counting and changes, but then once I got up in here, it was a little bit, went a little bit faster. So I think like the last half hour I had like, was where I got like, had all that done. And so yeah. And for the next project, we are going to be moving over to one I didn't pick up once in 2023. And that is Beloved. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. Let's go the other way. And this is as far as I am in it. This was a 2020 start, and it is 14 count pewter Aida, and I'm working my way all the way across the top. So yeah, that is the next project. So that's it for this update. I will be back in a couple of hours with the next update. There will be a dinner break in there somewhere. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what time in the evening I will film the next update at, but it will be when it's time for another project change and when I've got 2 hours in on this one. Okay, that is 8 out of 24 hours done. And it's a little hard to tell exactly what I've worked on here with this one, but it was filling in a whole bunch of the lighter colors kind of down in this section. But there is where Beloved ended up after 2 hours of progress. It's getting a bit later at night, so I've gone ahead and gotten changed into something comfortable. This will probably be what I'll be wearing the rest of the night. And next, I've decided to move... Uh-oh. I dropped my needle. I have to go find that. I am going to be moving on to Water Dragon. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm working through... There is so much black. So much black in this. Basically the whole background's black. So I'm working through black. So that is where it is starting. And hopefully after 2 hours I will have a bunch more blocks done. Alright. See you later. Okay, so we are just about 11 o'clock. I have a half hour left on this project to hit the 2 hours that I had hoped to hit on it. And I have like 14 and a half hours left to the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon. But I am exhausted and sore. I don't know why my arm is really bothering me right now, so my shoulder in particular. So I think for today I'm going to end this here, and then whatever time I get up tomorrow, which hopefully will be early in the morning so I can finish the 14.5 hours that I have to finish to hit 24 hours done. But if not, then I will just get in as much stitching as I can. I'm not going to bother setting an alarm. I'm just going to go give my body the rest it needs, and definitely will get the last half hour that I have to get into this project, and then we'll get some other projects worked on. But that is it for today. And I will see you guys in the next clip, which will be the end of Water Dragon, and then I will have to choose the next project. So I'll see you whenever that clip is. Okay, so we are just about 9:30 Sunday morning. I crashed really hard last night. I only woke up about a half hour ago. So I don't think I'm going to hit the full 24 hours this marathon. But I am still going to stitch as much as possible. So I'm going to grab my coffee and then get the last half hour in on Water Dragon. I never showed this, I think, last time when I picked it up, but this is what the ultimate pattern will look like. Hence why when I mentioned there was a lot of black, there's a lot of black. And then after that, I will be picking up Home in the Mountains. This is a Golden Kite kit, which I started, I think, last year. Yeah, I started it last year. So that's the plan for the first couple hours here this morning. And then I'll just see how much I can get stitched today. I did go back through when I first woke up my projects I had set aside, because I had 12 projects set aside wanting to do 2 hours each. And I kind of set them in a little bit of a priority order so I can make sure that I'm touching the projects I absolutely had to touch this weekend, or wanted to touch this weekend, because I haven't touched them in a long time. Kind of at the top of the list, and then, you know, went down by priority. That way, if I don't reach the full 24 hours, the projects at the bottom of the list, if I can't get to them this weekend, not as important as the ones like at the top of the list. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm gonna work it going forward, and then I will see how I feel. I may, on Monday, I may make up the missing hours then, or I may just call this marathon here and look forward to the next one in the 3 months. Alright, that's it for now. I need to go grab a coffee, and I will see you guys in the next clip, which will be once Water Dragon has had its last half hour and Rivendell, that's what I call it. It's Home in the Mountains, but let's be honest, the charting is for Rivendell. Done. It's 2 hours. Bye. Everyone, it's Iceland here. So, we are... time for an update. Water Dragon, after the last 30 minutes, got to here. I'm going to post a picture, just because I already put it away and did not realize that it was all tucked away. I don't know what I was thinking. I put it away and then went to go turn the camera on and realized I don't have it out anymore, and I don't feel like digging through my bags to pull it out. So I'm just going to post a picture because I am putting updates on the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group, so I took a picture for the group. And then I'll do the same thing with Home in the Mountains. I was looking back at my other clip, realized I never held it up to show the starting point, so I'm going to put a picture for that up now as well. And then here is where we got to. I realized going through this time around, and I'm glad I pulled it out, that there are a bunch of colors that are not in, when I kitted it up, I put all the colors in here. At least I thought I had, but I'm missing like all the 800 colors, all the 900 colors. So I did take about 20 minutes and I did a stash dive, and I think I found most of them. I remember buying them, and I think what happened is I must have accidentally put them in my main stash rather than in the kit that I made up. So some of the colors I think have gotten dispersed into other kits, other projects I'm working on. And for the life of me, I'm not going through, I have 30 some works in progress. I'm not going through all of them to try and find if I'm missing any colors, because I'm going to have to do a big organization now of, I think there's about 50 colors between the 800 and 900 DMC colors that I pulled out of my stash. Or sorry, that are in the pattern. I don't know exactly how many I have pulled out of my stash. I'm pretty sure I've pulled most of them, but I am definitely going to need to sit down, take a couple of hours. It's probably going to take a couple hours, go through the whole pattern, or go through the pattern list and write all the colors down, write down how many stitches of each color, and then try and match that up with the skeins that I've pulled, and then see if I'm, one, missing any colors, or two, don't have enough skeins of a color, in which case I'm gonna have to go do probably a large shopping before I can continue further on with that pattern, because I'm getting into an area now, like bunch of the colors in here, bunch of the colors up here of the areas now I want to get into are colors that I'm missing in my kit. So I don't know when this one's gonna come out again. It'll all depend when I can do the necessary shopping needed for that. So for now, that's disappointing on my part, but I'm glad I caught it now and not, you know, 6 months from now or a year from now. So yeah, I'm going to take that off the hoop. I'm going to put the next one on, and then I'm going to grab myself something to eat, and then I'm going to continue on. The next one I'll be touching is this Midnight Harp by Esmira, and so far this is probably the closest full coverage I have to a finish. It's got the least amount of stitches left to it. I'm not that far into the pattern, but of all my full coverages, it is the smallest and has the least amount of stitches left. But here we go. This is where we are starting, which is up into the sky, and then very quickly here, down here somewhere, I should be getting into the lady. So I'm gonna get that on the hoop and go get a couple hours stitching in on that one, and that will be the end of this update for now, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Okay, well, that is a little over 2 hours completed, which puts my remaining time at about 9 hours and 55 minutes. We are like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, so yeah, will not hit remotely close 24 hours. I have maybe, I'll see how I feel after dinner, but I got maybe 2 more projects left in me, 4 more hours. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna move on. I'm not gonna waste too much time on the camera here, because I want to get at least 2 more projects done tonight. But here we are. This is where Midnight Harp ended up, and I am now going to move on to Death by Cross Stitch. I have not touched this one in a couple of years actually, so I really wanted to touch it this weekend, so we're going to go ahead and do that. That is where it is at. This is a whole page, so I basically did all the outer stuff just to see how big the page was. Now I'm kind of working in with this inner stuff in this big white spot here. So see how far that goes. It is going to be a little bit of a slower progress because there is a lot, and I do mean a lot of counting. But yeah, so that's where we're going to go. And I am doing it all in one color, so there's not a whole lot of color changes in that. It's just a lot of counting. And I will probably end up counting and then double counting just to make sure I'm right, because I don't want anything off. Alright, well that's it for this update. I will see you guys in 2 more hours with an update on Death by Cross Stitch. Okay, so that is a couple hours of stitching done. It is like 6:30 at night, so I'm going to stop stitching for a little bit here, go get some dinner, take a bit of a break, and then come back and get at least one more project in. So there is where Death by Cross Stitch ended up. This stitched up a little bit faster than I thought it would, so I got further than I expected, which I'm really happy about. I might leave that out this week and work on it on and off, but the next project will be this one. So this is an old Amazon kit that I have. That's what it'll look like at the end. So yeah, after dinner I'll come back, I will start stitching on this for at least a couple of hours, and then I'm gonna see how my energy level is, where the evening's time is. I suspect stitching on that might take me more or less to bedtime. Maybe I can squeeze in one more project for this marathon, but I don't think I can. But you know what, I'm gonna see how long it takes me to have dinner, and then I'm going to see where that ends up after 2 hours of stitching on it and what time it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and then I will be back in the next clip, which will have 2 hours of stitched time on the library kit, and I'll decide from there if I'm gonna pick up another one tonight, or if I'm just gonna call the marathon here. Overall, if I get 2 hours in on this one, it's going to be a total of 18 out of 24 hours completed, and I'm pretty happy with that. I've made some really good progress on quite a few projects, and ultimately that is just what this weekend is about. Aim for 24 hours, but just get in X's, and I've basically done that. So, alright, no more yakking. I've really got to go have something to eat, and then I will see you guys in the next clip. Alright, well, that is our 18 out of 24 done, and my 9th project stitched on for 2 hours, and that is where we ended up. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I have 3 more projects that I had planned, but I'm definitely not going to make the 24 hours. We are already almost 10 o'clock at night, and I need to head to bed very, very soon. So this is going to be the end of these videos, or clips. This is the end of the video, and for this 24 hours of cross stitch, it is 18 out of 24. So didn't quite hit the 24 hours, but overall I am happy with all the projects that I've touched. I am happy with the progress I made on the ones that I did touch, and the ones that I didn't touch, okay, I won't stitch on them for the marathon, but I'll probably end up working on them in the evenings this week, so they're still going to get touched by the end of the month. But for now, this is it. I will see you guys all in the next video, and have a good one. Bye!